Thou didst take the form of Gabriel. Thou didst look down upon me from heaven. Thou didst speak unto me. And when thou hadst spoken unto me, thou didst germinate in me. This is the truth, that is to say, the power of Sabaoth the good, which is in thy material body. It is this truth which hath flourished on the earth. It came to pass, therefore, when Jesus had heard these words which Mary his mother spake, that he said, Well said, it is well. This is the interpretation of all the words concerning which my light power prophesied of old through David the prophet. The note of a scribe. These are the names which I will give from the infinite downward. Write them with a sign, that the sons of God may manifest themselves from this region downward. A note by a later hand. This is the name of the immortal, A, and this is the name of the voice, by reason of which the perfect man is moved, I. And here are the interpretations of the names of these mysteries. The first is triple A. Its interpretation is Alpha Omega. The second is MMM or Omega. Its interpretation is AAA. The third is lampstands. Its interpretation is OOO. The fourth is, its interpretation is NNN. The fifth is three triangles. Its interpretation is triple A. He who is on the throne is triple A. This is the interpretation of the second four AAs. A. This is the interpretation of the whole name. Has sent forth to the left, thou the first mystery, looking within, and the little Sabaoth the good had received it. He sent it forth into matter and into Barbelio, and became the herald of the regions of truth in all the regions of those of the left. Of Sabaoth, Barbelio, Israel, and the light vesture. In all the regions of those of the left, the matter of Barbelio then is that which is in thy body today. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other. Righteousness is thyself, who didst bring all the mysteries by order of thy Father. The first mystery, looking within, and thou didst baptize this power of Sabaoth the good, and thou didst go into the region of all the rulers. Thou didst give them the mysteries of the height. They have become righteous, they have become good. Peace is also the power of Sabaoth, which indeed is thy soul, which entered into the matter of Barbelliae, and all the rulers of the 6 Ions, or Eabroths, made peace with the mystery of the light. And truth which had flourished on the earth is that power of Sabaoth the good, which came forth from the region of the right, which is without the treasure of light, and came into the region of those of the left. It entered into the matter of Barbelliae, and proclaimed unto them the mysteries of the region of truth. Righteousness also, which looked down from heaven, is thyself the first mystery, looking without, come forth from the spaces of the height, with the mysteries of the kingdom of light. And thou didst descend upon this light vesture, which thou didst receive from the hands of Barbelio, which vesture is Jesus our Saviour, descending upon him like a dove. The first mystery then continued. Gabriel and Michael are summoned to help Pistis Sophia. It came to pass, therefore, that this power which had come forth from the height, that is to say myself, whom my Father sent to rescue Pistis Sophia from chaos, that I, therefore, as Jesus the Savior, with this other power which had issued from me, and the soul which I had taken from the hands of Sabaoth the good, we went all together, forming but a single stream of light, which shone exceedingly. I summoned Gabriel from above, from the aeons, and also Michael, by order of my Father. The first mystery, looking within, I gave unto them the light stream, and made them descend into chaos, to rescue Pistis Sophia, and seize upon the light powers which the emanations of Arrogant had taken from her, in order to take them from them, and give them unto Pistis Sophia. In the moment that the light stream was led into chaos, it lit up mightily the whole of chaos, and extended itself in all the regions. And the emanations of Arrogant, when they had seen the great light of this stream, were terror-stricken, one after the other, and the light stream drew forth from them all the light powers which they had taken from Pistis Sophia. The emanations of Arrogant durst not possess themselves of this light stream in dark chaos, nor could they possess themselves of it, even with the art of Arrogant, who rules over the emanations. And Gabriel and Michael led the light stream over the material body of Pistis Sophia. The light stream restored the light powers into Sophia. They infused into it all the light powers which had been taken from her, and her material body became shining throughout, and also all the powers which were in her, and from which the light had been taken, became radiant. They ceased to lack their light, for the light had been taken back from those who had taken it away, and had been given back again by my interposition. And Michael and Gabriel, they were in attendance upon me, and had led the light stream into chaos, to give them the mysteries of light. For it was to them that the light stream had been entrusted, the same which I gave unto them, and brought it into chaos. And Michael and Gabriel took no light unto his disciples concerning what had happened to Pistis Sophia and chaos. He continued and said, Understand ye how I speak unto you. And Peter came forward and said, Master, concerning the interpretation of the words which thou hast spoken, the light power had prophesied concerning them of old through Solomon in his ode, saying, Peter interpreted the narrative from the odes of Solomon. A flood had taken place. It had become a great stream, strong and wide. It had carried all away. It had turned towards the temple, nor could they hold it in with enclosures and structures. The skill of them that checked the waters could not stop it. It spread over the whole land, and seized upon all of them. They that were in the sand of the desert have drunk. Their thirst departed and was quenched, when they had received the drought from on high. Blessed are the ministers of that drought, to whom hath been entrusted the water of the Lord. They have refreshed the parched lips. They who were perishing have felt their heart rejoice. They who were breathing their last have plucked up courage so as not to die. They have raised up the limbs which were fallen. They have given power to their countenance, and have given light to their eyes, for all of them know each other in the Lord, and have been saved by the water of life everlasting. Hearken therefore, my master, that I may utter the word in freedom, as thy power prophesied through Solomon. A flood had come forth, it had become a great stream, strong and wide. This is the light stream, which spread itself in chaos, in all the region of the emanations of Arrogant. And the word which thy power had again uttered through Solomon, it had carried all away, it poured them over the temple. That is to say, it carried away all the light powers from the emanations of Arrogant, which they had taken from Pistis Sophia, and it poured them again into Pistis Sophia. And the word the power again had said, the enclosures and structures have not been able to hold it in. That is to say, the emanations of arrogant have not been able to hold the light stream within the walls of the darkness of chaos. And the word which it also uttered, it spread over the whole land and filled everything. That is to say, when Gabriel and Michael led it over the body of Pistis Sophia, it poured into Sophia all the light powers which the emanations of arrogant had taken from her, and her material body became radiant. And the word which it also spake, they who were in the parched land have drunk. That is to say, all that were in Pistis Sophia have been illuminated, the powers from which the light had previously been taken away. And the word which it uttered, their thirst had departed and is quenched. That is to say, her powers ceased to lack their light, for they had restored to them the light which had been taken away. And again as to the utterance of their power, they have given them a draught from on high. That is, the light had been given unto them by the light stream, which came forth from myself, who am the first mystery. And as to the saying of their power, blessed are the ministers of that draught. That is the word which thou hast spoken, Gabriel and Michael. They who were in attendance led the stream into chaos, and also brought it forth again. The mysteries of light which had been entrusted to the light stream will be given unto them. And as to the further utterance of their power, they have refreshed the parched lips. That is, Gabriel and Michael have taken nothing for themselves from the light powers of Pistis Sophia, the powers which they had wrested. The light stream, for it was previously hidden in the height, and again the word which it spake, and all knew each other in the Lord. That is, all the powers of Pistis Sophia knew one another through the light stream. And again the word which it uttered, they have been saved by the water of life everlasting. It had drawn them over the temple, that is, when the light stream had taken all the light powers of Pistis Sophia, and had wrested them from the emanations of arrogant. It poured them into Pistis Sophia, and turned itself about, and departed from the chaos. It came upon thee, for thou art the temple. This is the interpretation of all the words which thy light power spake in the hour of Solomon. It came to pass, therefore, when the first mystery had heard all these words which Peter had spoken, they said unto him, Well said, O blessed Peter. This is the interpretation of the words which have been spoken. The emanations of arrogant cry aloud to him for help. The first mystery continued and said, It came to pass, therefore, as Pistis Sophia had not yet entirely ascended out of chaos, because my Father, the first mystery, looking within, had not yet given her commandment, that then when the emanations of arrogant discovered that my light stream had taken unto itself the light powers which they had taken from Pistis Sophia, and had poured them again into Pistis Sophia, when they saw again Pistis Sophia radiant as she had been in former times, they were enraged against Pistis Sophia. They cried out, moreover, to arrogant to make him come and help them, that they might again take away all the powers which were in Pistis Sophia. And arrogant sent from on high, from the 13th aeon. He sendeth forth another more violent power, like unto a winged arrow. He sent another great light power. It descended into chaos like a winged arrow, to help his emanations, that they might once more take away the light powers of Pistis Sophia. And when this power had descended, the emanations of arrogant, which were in chaos and had caused Pistis Sophia all her woe, were mightily encouraged. They persecuted Pistis Sophia afresh with great fears and mighty pains, and some of the emanations of arrogant constrained her. One of them changed itself into the form of a monster serpent, another changed itself also into the form of a seven-headed basilisk. The creation of the serpent, basilisk, and dragon powers. Another changed itself into the form of a dragon. Moreover, the first power of arrogant, the lion-faced, and all his emanations, in mighty multitude, assembled together, They constrained Pistis Sophia. They brought her again into the lower regions of chaos, and harassed her afresh exceedingly. The demonial power of Adamas dashed Sophia to the ground. It came to pass thereafter that there looked down from the height of the 12 aeons Adamas the tyrant, he who had been enraged against Pistis Sophia, because she had desired to enter into the light of lights, which was above them all, and therefore was he wroth against her. It came to pass, therefore, when Adamas the tyrant had looked down from the height of the 12 aeons, that he saw the emanations of arrogance, which were constraining Pistis Sophia, until they should take from her all the light powers which were in her. It came to pass when the power of Adamas descended into chaos unto the emanations of arrogance. It came to pass, therefore, when this demonial power descended into chaos, that it dashed Pistis Sophia to the earth, and the lion-faced power, and also the basilisk-headed one, and the dragon-faced, and all the emanations of arrogance, in mighty multitude, surrounded Pistis Sophia altogether, seeking to take from her again the powers which were in her. They mightily constrained Pistis Sophia and threatened her. It came to pass, therefore, when they constrained Sophia, and the great light stream surrounded Pistis Sophia on every side, on the right and on the left, on every side, and became a crown of light upon her head. It came to pass, therefore, when the light stream had surrounded Pistis Sophia, that she took courage most exceedingly, and the stream ceased not to surround her on every side, and Pistis Sophia no longer feared the emanations of arrogance, which were in chaos, nor did she any more fear that new power of arrogance, which she had cast into chaos like a winged arrow, nor did she tremble before the demonial power of Adamas, which had come from the aeons. And again by order of the first mystery, looking without, the light stream which had surrounded Pistis Sophia on all sides became most exceedingly radiant. The transfiguration of Sophia. And Pistis Sophia was tabernacled in the midst of the light, a mighty light being on her left and on her right, and on all sides, forming a crown on her head. And all the emanations of arrogance could no longer change their appearance, nor could they stand the shock of the great light of the stream, which formed a crown on the head of Sophia. And all the emanations of arrogance collapsed, a host of them at its right, because of its mighty radiance. Another host of them at its left. They could no longer at all draw nigh unto Pistis Sophia because of the great light, but they fell all one on the other, and could do no harm unto Pistis Sophia, because she had trusted in the light. Jesus, the first mystery, looking without, caused Sophia to triumph. Jesus, the first mystery, looking without, caused Sophia to triumph. And by order of my Father, the first mystery, looking within, I also descended into chaos, shining most exceedingly. I directed my attack against that lion-faced power, which was shining exceedingly, and took from it all its light. I prevented all the emanations of arrogance from entering from that hour into the region, which is the 13th aeon. I took away the power of all the emanations of arrogance, and they all fell into chaos, powerless. And I led forth Pistis Sophia, who was on the right of Gabriel and Michael, and the great light stream entered into them. And Pistis Sophia gazed upon her enemies, from whom I had taken their light power, and I led Pistis Sophia forth from chaos, treading underfoot the serpent-headed emanation of arrogance, and the seven-headed basilisk emanation, the lion-faced power, and the dragon-faced. I made Sophia stand upon the seven-headed basilisk emanation of arrogance, which was more powerful than all of them in his evil doings. And I, the first mystery, stood over it. I took all the powers which were in it and destroyed all its matter, so that no seed should arise from it from that hour. The first mystery, having spoken these things unto his disciples, continued and said, Understand ye how I speak unto you. And James came forward and said, Master, concerning the interpretation of the words which thou hast said, thy light power prophesied concerning them of old through David in the 19th Psalm, saying, James interpreted the narrative form from Psalm 100. Whoso dwelleth under the defense of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the God of heaven. He will say unto the Lord, Thou hast received me unto thyself. Thou art my place of refuge. He is my God in whom I have trusted. For he shall save me from the snares of the hunters, and from them that utter violent words. He shall shelter thee beneath his breast, and thou shalt take courage beneath his wings. His truth shall surround thee like a breastplate. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror of the night, nor for the arrow which flieth by day, for the thing that strideth in darkness, that proceeded from the destruction of the demonial one at midday. 1,000 shall fall on thy left, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but they shall not come nigh thee. Thou shalt gaze upon them, thou shalt see them. Hast received me unto thyself, and my place of refuge is my God, in whom I have trusted. This is the word which Priestess Sophia spake in her song. Thou hast received me unto thyself, and I was going unto thee. And again the word which thy power uttered, My God, I trusted in thee, for thou shalt save me from the snares of the hunters, and from them that utter violent words. This is what Priestess Sophia said, O light, I have trusted in thee, for thou shalt save me from the emanations of arrogant, and from those of tyrant Adamus. Thou, moreover, shalt save me from all their violent threats. And again the word which thy power spake through David, He shall shelter thee under his breast, and thou shalt take courage beneath his wings. Meaneth that Priestess Sophia had dwelt in the light of the light stream which came forth from thee, and she was astonished in heart by the light which was on her left and that which was at her right, that is to say, the wings of the light stream. And the word which thy light power prophesied through David, Truth shall surround thee like a breastplate. That is the light of the light stream, which surrounded Priestess Sophia like a breastplate, and the word which thy power uttered,